Hey, I said I wasn't going to laugh when I did this video because... Okay, so I was getting some heat because I laughed at this sheep herder that got beat up by her sheep. Oh my God, this is the funniest damn video I've ever seen. So, let me give you some backdrop and why. And I'm getting all this hate that I'm laughing at this poor woman's. I didn't even know it was a woman. I thought it was a guy. Now that it's a woman, it's even funnier. Rick, you do. Alright, whatever. Look. Sheep are herd animals, so they follow like a lead, like horses. They have a leader. And some people are calling this guy, the sheep that attacked her, a ram, meaning it's a male. And sheep, I guess, can have horns or not have horns. It depends. Some have horns, some don't. Some only males have it. Some female and males have it, depending on the type of sheep, I guess. So anyway, this woman with her... I thought this was a sheep herder cane. Maybe it's to help her walk because she's got poor balance. I'm going to give the poor woman a benefit of the doubt. She's out there working hard and she's using her cane for balance. So this car comes running up. Everybody was dogging on, what kind of asshole would just film this and not help this lady? He didn't film it. He drove around a corner and this lady has her sheep in the middle of the freaking road to get run over. So right here is a clue to me that she's not the smartest sheep herder in the world. But anyway, let's see what happens on how this thing develops. Okay, so guys coming around the corner with his video camera and there's sheep in the road. So the guy slows down, he pays attention, and he stops before he runs over sheep. Some people are blaming the car in some of the articles I read. It's the car's fault. The car's driving on a freaking road. It's not the car's fault. Okay, so you got a couple scragglers. You got sheep herder. I don't know if you can even call her a sheep herder anymore. She's more like a sheep ragdoll. But we'll call her a sheep herder for this video. So she's kind of like, she's almost like her sheep. They're all just staring at the car approaching. Nobody's taking action. So the car kind of like, hey, I'm driving, I need to get by, I'll slow down. The dog come running up to say, dude, I got to protect my sheep. So the dog's trying to do his job. Unfortunately, when the dog starts acting, it probably alerts the other sheep that something are going on. It doesn't alert this sheep herder, on what's going on because she's still walking around aimlessly with her cane. Rick, why are you being so mean to her? Oh, be quiet. I got so much heat from this. People hating on me. I'm a psychopath. I'm laughing at someone's pain. I should be on the road getting run over. I mean, it's just crazy what people, how they get triggered because I'm laughing at these poor little fluffy furry sheep just trying to make a living, eat some grass. And this mean old sheep herder gets in the middle of them and doesn't know what the hell she's doing. Rick, how do you know she doesn't know what she's doing? Well, you're going to know she don't know what she's doing in about 5 seconds. So, the dog kind of attacks the car, so the guy doesn't run over the car. She doesn't do anything like to maybe call my dog. Maybe I should call the sheep. Maybe I should get my cane and walk out to the road and move them. Nope. She's just kind of walking with us, deer in the headlights. When I first saw this, I thought maybe she was just walking by and the dude videotaping was a sheep herder. And he like forced his herd to run over and attack her. That was funny. This is even funnier because she's freaking the local resident expert. She's the trainer. She's out here telling everybody how to handle sheep. Unfreaking believable. Okay, so because the dogs are barking, all the sheep are like, hey, I'm running. Now she decides to act. How does she act? She gets in the middle of the herd. Rick, well, that's her job. Okay. I said I was not going to laugh. I'm going to try to do this video without... so, so this sheep is like, dude, get the hell out of the way. My herd's trying to run away, and you want to stand in the middle of it. So we don't know how many times this woman has hit this sheep with this stick that she carries, and how many times she's pissed it off. So is this payback? Is it revenge? I mean, I don't know if animals like get revenge like that. I think it's just instinct. Hey, there's some big, tall, dummy, stupid human in the middle of my herd. We're trying to run away from the car, and the dogs are trying to bite the car, so the dogs are barking. There must be danger. We need to get away. They're not running to her. They're running past, through, and away from her. Watch them run away from her. If you can watch them without watching her hit the ground. Right here, this sheep is like, why the hell are you in my way? My sheep are trying to get away. Get out of the way, woman. Other people are like blaming the sheep. Oh, you should kill the sheep and you should eat it. The sheep's just being a sheep. That's all it knows how to be. He's like, you're in the way. We're trying to get away. Get out of the way. Move. He's actually trying to help her stay with the herd. He's trying to protect her. Quit blaming the sheep, freaking idiots. I can't help it. That's the funniest thing. Okay. Oh shit. So all the sheep, notice they're not going to the sheep herder to protect us. They're like, this dude's yelling, sheep herder down, run for your life. So this is the resident expert. I don't understand why everybody's getting mad at me for laughing. These sheep know who's in charge. And obviously they don't think it's her. She's been running around telling everybody she's been training sheep since before she was born. And now all of a sudden, the sheep are like, get out of our way, dummy. We're better on our own. So all these sheep are running, and they see him. They're like, dude, good job. Take out. I'm tired of her hitting us with this cane. I'm tired of her dragging us off our food, making us walk on a highway and endangering us. This is animals fighting back. And they're finally telling the sheep herder, we've had enough of you and your stick and your expertise. So he actually kind of stomps on her a little bit here. It's kind of funny. She looks like a turtle that's been turned over on the road and she can't get up. I wonder if she's got a little cell phone in her little walking stick or umbrella. This is, help, I'm falling and I can't get up.
Das ist der Bock, ne? Ja.
Oh my God. So you see all the sheep here. They get to safety. They're out of the road. Well, Rick, why were they in the road? They were in the road because the lady with the cane had them walking in the freaking road. Notice they're all in safety. They got out of the way of the car. They created distance. Because they're prey animals, their first instinct was to flight and run. And they did that. Except a stupid human got in the way. So now... So now all these sheep are like, damn, man, you really rammed her good. You taught her. And then some dummy back here, some freaking freedom-loving patriot was like, give her some more. And he yells, give her some more. And the sheep just listens to the herd. Okay, I'll give her some more. Okay, people, I'm not a sheep herder. And I've been hit by a couple little rams and goats and where they play and they kind of ram you like that. But I'm not even a herder. That's not my job. I don't even have a flock walking down the freaking road with a shepherd's stick like I'm an expert. And I know, don't turn your back on a freaking sheep. And you especially don't turn your back after the damn thing's already knocked you down and you've had to kick him off you. So what is she doing? She's yelling at the car. Look what you did. It's your fault. Typical barn witch. Typical blame someone else because I'm an expert. I've got my stick and umbrella. I know what I'm doing. And because someone else comes in my world, I'm going to blame them when it gets bad. She's pissed at the car and blames the car. Are you kidding me? Well, that's all right. The guy in the car gets a good laugh because this dude. Watch this. Look at that stance. Yeehaw. La 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 la.
Ah, scheiße.
So, this is where I got the most heat. Rick, she could have banged her face and she was really hurt and they could have killed. She ain't dead. Good grief. Everybody out here, she's dead. She's not dead. She hit her head. So her head probably hit maybe a little bit. Look at all these guys over here. Yeah, give it to her, Billy.
Ah, scheiße.
Okay, so it did knock her out. A lot of people were like, she probably got knocked out. She didn't get knocked out and dead. She's still kicking the damn sheep. She ain't got her stick and umbrella anymore to hit him. I tell a story when I worked a dog. There was a dog that used to always attack his handlers, and they gave him this one handler, and he carried a billy club. And when that dog bit him, he beat the hell out of him with that billy club. He always had that billy club. That was the only way he could work this dog, and the dog never attacked him. And one day we were sitting on a hill in Korea, and he laid that club down, and it rolled down a hill, and I shit you not. All of us looked at him, because there's like 3 or 4 of us sitting up. All of us looked at him like, oh shit, that's not going to be good. And that dog looked at that billy club rolling down that hill and went, oh yeah, it's on. And he jumped on him and started eating his ass because he knew the stick was gone. This is exactly what happened with this sheep herder. These guys like, oh yeah, you ain't so bad without your stick and umbrella. Now who's in charge? We sheep rule. All right, I just want you really to notice that the sheep, without the guidance of the herder, are off the road where the cars are at. Who's smarter, the sheep or the sheep herder on the ground? Rick, you can't laugh at her. You just, oh, be quiet. Good grief. I'm thinking she's had practice with this kicking, because it seems like she knows what she's done this before. This isn't her first time on the back. Okay, I'm just taking it. Rick, you can't say that. YouTube will block it. You said a woman's on her back. Whatever. So here's where the sheep's like going to get her again. It's like, oh, if you're just lay around on the ground and flop your legs, I'm going to hit you again. And this is where the car moves in and actually honks his horn and helps her. Notice none of these guys are helping her. Notice the dogs aren't helping her. Rick, I thought dogs were man's best friend. Well, they are, but they're smart enough to know you don't mess with, angry sheep who's been oppressed their whole life and they're deciding to fight back. Okay, so now as this herd runs away, this little guy, I like him. I hope if she wants to get rid of him, I would take him. I would love to see him out here bumping Buddy on the butt when Buddy gives him a hard time. But anyway, I wanted to see the full video of them running around. The car does stop and help her. Supposedly she's not hurt. I thought it was funny when I was reading some of the articles on this and how different people explained it. In this article, they say, oh, it's the animal challenged human authority. The sheep uncharacteristically went rogue and revolted against its shepherd in a vicious attack that was caught on dash cam. Really? The thing just got tired of it and said, get out of my way. He tried to knock her down. She kicked it. He came back. Says, you're not that bad when you're not standing up with your sticks. Let me get you on the ground where we're equal level and then see who's bad. And you know what? I agree with the sheep. I think the sheep's smarter and badder. Rick, you can't say that. And in this article, the key words, angry animals. Animals attack. Animals in cars. They're bad to the bone. A herd of sheep turned into woolly bullies and attacked their female shepherd. Oh, they're sexist sheep because they attacked their female shepherd after being spooked by a car along a German road. The woman's dog seemed in a dash can run toward the vehicle. seconds before the animal trampled. The animals didn't trample. There was one dude that was in charge of the herd saying, "Get out of our way." And then she kicked it and it went, "Don't kick me. If you kick me, I'm going to ram you." Who kicks off one large sheep that continues its assault. It was an assault sheep. Now the liberals will be wanting to get sheep serialized and have a 10-day waiting period. And you got to have a permit to have a sheep now. And there'll be no sheep zones because it's going to be assault sheep because of what the media calls them. It crosses the road, decides to strike again, hitting the woman in the back after she gets up on her knees. Despite her frantic kick. They didn't look very frantic to me. They looked like they were flopping around like, something blowing in the wind. Blowing in the wind. That's Bob Dylan. All right, the brute. The brute continues the attack before joined by the group and running up the hill. So he's a brute. He's an attack. He's rogue. He's a bully. Man, this article just trashed the sheep. This article had to bring in color. This article, subservient animals content to fit in with the herd, but in this video proves in every family there's always a black sheep willing to go against the grain. This is the dramatic moment. The female shepherd was trampled and then butted into the ground after the herd was spooked by a car. I'm not so sure the car spooked them, but anyway. I thought it was I think this is one of the funniest videos I've seen. I don't know how to take it long.
Scheiße, fällt ihn noch an und wird von den Schafen überrannt. Scheiße.
Das ist der Bock, ne?
Ja.
It's the troublemaker that said, "Go get her again." Okay.
Ah, scheiße.
All right, well, in that there on sheep behavior, quit hating on me just because I'm laughing. You can't even laugh at something now without being a bully, a mean psychopath. Because I laughed, and anybody else that laughed is somehow a mean psychopath, because the people that don't find this funny are somehow morally right. And their opinion is much better than yours. And they have the moral high ground to say what's funny and what isn't it. I mean, it's just amazing how people are nowadays attacking me because I'm laughing at a sheep giving its expert sheep herder a lesson. All right, so that's your lesson in sheep. Don't forget, government, you keep treating us like sheep. Sooner or later, there's going to be a few of us that are going to go rogue. Fight back. Well, in that there, Viva la Revolution!